Hey guys, in this video I want to try to cover my thoughts of the tenno because I have like so many questions. If you've seen some of my last videos, I've kind of hinted at this topic because it's always been bouncing around my head. So what exactly am I talking about here? So let's use Anaros as an example here. So during the quest for Anaros, you're with Barrow-Katir, we all know this, right? And it explains that in the past, when Barrow-Katir was a child, he was asking for Anaros' help. Therefore, Anaros was running around Mars helping people before Barrow-Katir was up to that point in his life as a child, and then when it got to the point of him being a child and needing help, Anaros was no longer functioning. That tenno was no longer operating. So my thoughts are, there's a few options here. Either the tenno that operated Anaros grew older than Barrow-Katir, and he perhaps died of old age. Or for some reason that tenno was awoken out of cryo sleep way before us, and then somehow they went back to cryo sleep, right? Or, you know, other unknown variables of what could possibly transpire. But this to me is not the biggest question. The biggest question is, who was Anaros? And I'm not talking about the warframe. I don't care about the warframe right now. I'm talking about who was the child behind Anaros? Who was operating him? Who was the operator? Was it the kid sitting next to us in class? Was it us? Was it some other kid on some other level? Like, I want to know this because I like to see people's psychology. I like to see who they really are, like what makes you who you are. In each warframe, story-wise and lore-wise, they have their own characteristics, and obviously it's not just the characteristics of the warframe, it's the characteristics of the child controlling the warframe. So who are these people? And more importantly, what happened to them? Where is the tenno that controlled Anaros at this very second? Are they in cryo sleep? Are they dead? Are they us? Or where the hell are they? Honestly, like, I honestly want to know. Or like the child who controlled Ember, where is that child? Where is the Ember user? Where are any of the tenno? I know that we, the player, are the tenno. Sure, I know this. But are there no NPC tenno? Are there no original other tenno? Besides Rel, of course. I know perhaps people have, you know, headcanon of what they think Warframe is like. So they're like, I'm Ember, or I'm Anaros. I get it. But then, what about all of the other Warframes? Who are they? Who is controlling them? Who was controlling them? And even more importantly, who are the tenno who have fallen? Who are the lost tenno? Who is Mirage? Who is controlling Mirage? What happened to her? Where is she? Can we see her face? Can we know her name? We can pay respects to Rel because we knew who he was. We knew the sacrifices he made. You know, we can headcanonly mourn him in the game. Like, you can pay your respects to this great tenno. But what about all of the other tenno? He couldn't have been the only one who has fallen, and Mirage. There's others who must have fallen, have died. Like, where is Anaros? Anaros probably is dead. He probably, you know, spent his whole life protecting Mars and then he just died of old age and stuff. That's why he was no longer around. But it would be nice if they would just be like some kind of little memorial to them, like, your tenno. I'm not talking about you personally are gonna cry about this, but maybe your tenno, there's a little shrine or something where it like says their name, and your tenno maybe, like, I don't know, pays their respect to them or something, because these are your friends. These are people you survived a tragedy with out in the freaking void on the 10-0 by yourselves together. You would have this strong bond, and their loss would be a heavy blow to you, especially as a child. Which is another reason I really love that trailer before New War, where like the tenno woke up out of bed crying and got comforted by Margolis, because it shows like you would have had post-traumatic stress, realistically. If you're a child in this situation, you had to kill your parents and stuff like that, and all hell broke loose and you're stranded in the middle of nowhere with just a bunch of kids, and you probably are the one who had to take initiative and be in charge of everything, you absolutely would have got post-traumatic stress as a child and had nightmares for years, if not the rest of your life. So I love that they added this feature, psychologically speaking, but I want more. I want more of this. I want to see more of the human side of the Tenno, not just the godly overpowered magical side. I want to know their personal stories, their personal lives, and their outcomes. Like what? Like I keep saying, where is Inaros? Where's his grave? Because he's probably dead. Honestly, he's probably dead. But where is he? And who was he? What child in the 10-0 was Inaros? Maybe DE shouldn't put a bunch of Tenno all over the galaxy, because it will ruin your headcanon if you personally identify that you were Inaros for some reason. Okay, so you can't put the NPC Tenno of Inaros. I get that, but what they could do is put like journal entries with the child's voice of like his life, what happened, what transpired, what was he feeling, what was he thinking. I think that would be really cool. But add so many layers to lore and to the story and to like your personal connection, your affinity to this warframe or to the user. I think it would be really cool to do this, not just for Inaros. I'm just using him as an example. I'm talking about doing this for all the warframes. Well, not all the warframes, all the warframes users. When they first introduced Umbras, but they weren't actually in the game yet, they just announced it, I kind of assumed that we inevitably were going to get to the point where we choose what warframe was our original warframe in the past, and then we would get the Umbra version of it. So yeah, it would be annoying to some people that want to dabble and, you know, have everything. But this way specifically, you can dabble in whatever warframe you want, but your main primary frame, the one that you spec as, would be whatever you choose. So let's say I'm Mirage or something, right? Like I'm Mirage. I was the Mirage Umbra user. So then that's it. I would just have a Mirage Umbra. Nobody else has a Mirage Umbra unless they chose it. And everybody else would be, you know, have a little bit more stats for one warframe in particular. And sure, there will be multiple of us that can have Mirage, but the odds are we're all going to have different things. Actually, most people would probably have the most broken frame. Not to insult you guys, but a lot of people just seem to go for the most broken thing. But I just thought it would be cool if everybody would choose their own thing and be their own person, the one they identify with the most. That's why I wanted the helmet to be, you know, more available and more flexible, so you could have a crappy warframe that nobody plays with and you could actually now make it playable, because you could change it and fix it to your liking, and then you could buy the skins that no one's really buying because no one plays that frame, whatever it is. This is why I wanted that so badly. It brings some of the push to the side warframes that nobody cares about back into the spotlight, because you may personally love that frame, but you don't want to use it because it's like useless. Anyway, that was my thoughts with the Umbra, because I didn't know exactly what warframe my Tenno used. What was my Tenno's primary warframe? And it's like, sure, you could just make it up whatever you want it to be, but I thought it would be cooler if we could specifically have the game identify us as that warframe user. Like, I get Mirage Umbra, and then I don't know, like maybe when you're forming a party to go somewhere, someone's like, oh, we need a Trinity Umbra user for this dungeon, looking for a Trinity Umbra user. I don't know, I thought that would be kind of cool, because then you could specifically spec out for a specific row. I mean, it wouldn't be that important because it's not that much higher points, but I just thought it would be more unique and make you feel more individual than just another Tenno, another warframe, 1 in a million wisp that's out there. I don't however think that they will do this with the Umbra, because they probably want everyone to own everything. It's just better money wise and time spent playing the game to accumulate all of these Umbra frames and warframes and so on, and prime warframes. It's just more time spent playing, obviously, so it would be more money for the company. So I don't think they would use this idea. But I am at least hoping that maybe one day we get more information about specific tennos in general. I would like all of the tenno of all of the warframes to at least have some journal entries, so we can know who they were, what they were feeling, what's in their head, what is their driving goal, what made them who they are, and maybe even what were their last moments. I think that would be extremely cool to lore. But what are your guys' thoughts? Have you guys ever even thought about this before? Because this has been on my mind for such a long time. It just, you know, I didn't have an outlet before, so I never really expressed myself. But what do you guys think about this? And do you think it'll ever be implemented into the game at all? Anyway, see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.